रेडियो जिंदगी 1170 AM पे वेलकम लिसनर्स, वेलकम टू ब्लूमरैंग। इस शो में ब्लूमरैंग में हमारे साथ जुड़ते हैं वेलनेस बाय ऑल मीन्स से मनोज जोशी जी। मनोज जी इज अ योगा गुरु, लाइफ कोच, स्पिरिचुअल कंसल्टेंट एंड ही इज अ योगा एक्सपर्ट। मनोज जी से बात करने के लिए लिसनर्स आपके पास बहुत सारे तरीके हैं, बहुत सारे वेज हैं उन्हें कॉन्टैक्ट करने के। If you are interested in wellness, if you're interested in your physical wellness, spiritual wellness, emotional wellness, physical wellness, any kind of wellness, overall wellness, you should get in touch with Wellness by all means. Manoj ji joins us every Wednesday from now till 10:30 AM, and if you have any questions, if you would like to get in touch with him, if you have any doubts about yoga, how does it work, what does it do, how do you achieve wellness, how does breathing help, stress को लेके, fitness को लेके, weight issues को लेके, mental peace को लेके, किसी भी चीज को लेके परेशान हैं आप, yoga has the solution. You can get in touch with him on their office number, Manoj's direct number, studio number, through the website, through Facebook. There are so many ways to reach them. First of all, if you have any questions and if you'd like to connect with Manoj right now, you can call us on the studio number, which is 510-657-1170. That's 510-657-1170. Manoj ji ka direct number है 510-364-4162. That's 510-364-4162. And his website is wellnessbyallmeans.com. You can also drop an email on info@wellnessbyallmeans.com if you have a question that you'd like to email. आपको बाकी इन्फॉर्मेशन तो मिल ही जाएगी wellnessbyallmeans.com पर, which is the website. You can also call for a free initial consultation for spiritual healing, for yoga, for mindfulness with the mindfulness guru Manoj Joshi ji. Without any further delay, let's speak to Manoj ji. Manoj ji, namaste.
Namaste, good morning, happy Navaratri. And friends who are practicing fasting or any kind of rituals, I think you should definitely make it a point to have long and deep breath all the time.
You should also make it a point to have fast food.
Exactly. That's called fasting, right?
It's called fast food, yes. The food which is eaten during fast, that's called fast food, yeah. So, Manoj ji, every time you come on air, for years we've been talking about Wellness by All Means, your organization, the work that you do and everything. So, why don't you tell us something about the organization itself? That name itself, though. First of all, who came up with the name? How did you decide that you wanted to do this? Because you were into a different field before.
Right. That's a great question. Friends, particularly like if you're listening for the first time to us, I think it's a great pleasure for us as Iraji asking us to give us a little history about Wellness by All Means. As you said, like I was not into this field.
You were not always a yoga
Not always into this field, right? So I was an environmental scientist in India. I was taking care of the mining, environment, impact assessment, management planning. For about 10 years I did that, the quality of environment. Then after that, when we moved to this country about 22 years ago, I started picking up software. Because I was already doing geographic information systems and some kind of systems related issues. So I immediately connected to the software world and then became a software engineer in the Valley for about 10 years. So I took care of mostly the quality of software development, So that took for about 1 decade. And after that I thought okay, this is enough. Now I should do something that I'm meant for. I'm coming here. Then I changed my profession to improve the quality of human life.
We've always been around quality, पहले environment, फिर software, फिर
then human
खुद की,
right.
इंसान की quality.
Right.
We've always been into QC, QA.
Right, exactly, right. So it has been a great experience for me to understand and practice those ancient secrets of how people can be really healthy, which really yoga, Vedanta and mindfulness gives. Not only that, about how to blend those concepts, how to create a platform where people from our generations or people even from second generations, our children, they can learn and appreciate this ancient science. And yoga became very popular in between. Yoga is a very successful industry in America, 25 to 30 billions of dollars of yoga, then holistic healing, then life coaching. These are all really good areas that people are really taking interest in right now.
Plus, it's the in thing.
It's
really cool to be in yoga these days.
Exactly. It's the yoga. Earlier, stress itself was a status. But now, if you're a person who is managing stress, that's also a status.
I go do my yoga.
I'm a yoga teacher. I'm doing meditations. I just came from Vipassana. These are all status concepts. When you go in the parties these days, I just took a 10 days of silence retreat. Hey, did you go to Ravi Shankar's class or did you go to Sadhguru? These are all in thing right now. Or did you go to Wellness Guru
Spirituality is the in thing right now, I think.
Exactly.
But I'm sure it's a lot useful also, right? I mean, it is beneficial. I mean, it's all for it's that it's such a big deal for nothing.
Think about like nothing has lasted for such a long time. Yoga has been there for almost like 7,000 years. Think about any sports. There is so much of evolution has happened.
So you see, Manoj ji, बीच में Sai Baba was a fad. Everybody was following Sai Baba because he was the cool god. Right. So yoga को शायद अभी exposure मिल रहा है. Now maybe this is yoga's time.
Right. Exactly. Look at Baba Ramdev. Look at all the spiritual leaders of our time. Like how much popularity they have really created. Hats off to those people. Like who have really taken the yoga from the cave to
made it an international, the cool thing to do.
Exactly. Right? So that's a great thing. And then this itself tells that there is a transformation going on.
It's a good thing that people, in fact, not just focusing on the outside, but now they're also focusing on the inside. They also want to see what's inside and want to take care of things that go on inside. It's not just about how you look, but it's also about how you feel and think.
Exactly. And then that is what the main concept of yoga is. Yoga not only is a workout, because you do sun salutations, you do joints opening exercise, you do everything that is required for a physical body, that is a workout, but also it is a working in. So not just a workout, but working in, like you work for your mind, you work for your breath, you work for your heart, your lungs, all the internal organs in your body becomes more healthier. A lot of my students, they call like yoga is a perfect food, as you said about fast food. I think it's a fast food, but it's a very holistic in nature, no side effect, right? It's a food for your mind, it's a food for your body, it's a food for your soul.
No side effect in the sense?
A positive side effect.
Your body hurts a little bit in the beginning, I think.
But that's fine, nothing
but
like
because it's opening.
But tell me anything that gives you pleasure without pain. Can you think about anything that gives you pleasure without pain? Think about hiking. Think about going on a ride. How much of tiredness you get when you stand on those queues for big ride. You wait for 2 hours and finally you get 40 seconds of those climax. In anything and everything you do in life, so much mehnat karo, final pleasure is only a few seconds.
Yeah. Well, all right. Okay then.
So there is no pleasure without pain.
Okay.
And pleasure जब है उसके बाद pain है. Pain जब है उसके बाद pleasure है. वो तो एक wave जैसा है.
This is the real P2P.
Exactly.
All right. Listeners, if you'd also like to jump into the conversation, if you also want to participate and contribute, you can call us on 510-657-1170. That's 510-657-1170. You can also get in touch with Manoj ji on his number 510-364-4162. 510-364-4162. The website is wellnessbyallmeans.com, and you can also send an email on info@wellnessbyallmeans.com. Ji Manoj ji.
So you said P2P. So is it pain to pleasure or pleasure to pain?
Either way. It's P2P2P.
So P2P also stands for a new term right now. Like you have heard B2B, like business to business.
Peer to peer. P2P.
Peer to peer. I think it's people to people. Like B2C, business to consumers. So P2P is like Facebook, like all the social media, like Wellness by All Means. It's a P2P business because we connect to people. So friends, Wellness by All Means was founded in the year 2011 with the primary concept of how to make this platform a unique platform where all the healers of the world can unite and then offer their services to wherever you are. It's primarily based on the yoga, Vedanta and mindfulness concept. And the yoga and life coaching services that we provide is based on a set of 7 secrets of personal excellence. For example, like you have to learn how to stretch, you have to learn how to breathe, you have to learn how to nourish your body, you have to learn how to cleanse, you have to learn how to relax, you have to learn how to heal and how to meditate.
Manoj ji, when you speak about how to meditate, I'm sorry to interrupt here. Sure. We have a caller who has a question for you.
Definitely.
Hi, you're on air with Manoj ji. Please go ahead.
Hello. Hi, good morning, Manoj ji.
Namaste.
My name is Rita and I'm calling from San Jose. A few weeks ago, आपने एक chant बोला था, everyday chant.
Right.
Right. वो I remembered for the first day.
Yeah, we were talking about, I think, Pitru Paksha this time. I think it was a good spiritual practice. A lot of times we do that, particularly when you feel like you're connecting to your ancestors. That's very good chanting, Sri Gurudeva Datta. Is that the
Gurudeva Datta.
Right. It's a very simple mantra. I practice it every day. It's a very good practice to just cleanse your past. Like, our ancestors doesn't belong to either different world, actually. Like, all these are concepts. So the concepts
Yeah.
could be like our past life, our childhood life, or something that we have really left in the past, but something that we really are also responsible for. So cleaning up those past memories, cleaning up those past relationships, those are all important things of our life. So if you chant this mantra, it really increases our spiritual energy. So if you are particularly suffering from something unknown, that you have been doing so many things but you cannot find an answer to it, the organization that promote this mantra is also based on a teaching of a very famous psychologist or psychiatrist from London. And he found that this particular mantra, or a set of these mantras, that has got more power than even medicine. So he found that mantras or meditation can have more effect than medication. So he really founded this organization, and then he has been making it very popular to do some kind of chanting every day in our life, so that you can improve your spiritual quotient. Because not only we are important to have a good intellectual quotient, emotional quotient, but spiritual quotient of our own self, of our own families, of our communities, and the world is very much required right now, because there are so much of distractions happening. People are so much of addictions happening, to digital addictions, to alcoholism, and all these things. There is a lot of things that needs attention. And when we have a higher spiritual quotient in our own families or surrounding, I personally believe that you can definitely see some beautiful things happening in our life, in our personal life as well as community life. Yeah.
Okay, so it's Shri Gurudev Datta.
Yeah, Shri Gurudev Datta.
Shri Gurudev Datta. Thank you so much, Manoj.
Sure.
You have a good day.
And then, also as a wonderful caller, we would offer you a 30 minutes of healing session if you would like to come and then experience this, how to chant these mantras, how to meditate, how to be mindful, how to apply the 7 secrets we are talking about. We are an organization who really people to people, we really want to help all our friends, whoever is there. We've got a lot of wellness ambassadors with us, a lot of volunteers who come to our center to heal other people. So friends, if you have any problems, physical, mental, emotional, social, spiritual, relationship, anything, I personally believe that all these tools that we have, yoga, mindfulness, breathing techniques, everything will help, and a combination of that will definitely help you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for calling in and asking that question. I'm sure a lot of other people would also benefit. लोग सोच रहे होंगे वो क्या था, and now they also have the chance.
Right. It's great to again reflect back what we talk about. We've been talking about many things over a period of time, and today we're just talking a little bit about what we do, and that's what we started with that audio program. We talk about introducing what is yoga, what is holistic healing, and how you can yourself make yourself a magnet, how you can change the world by changing yourself. These are all fundamental and proven concepts, what Mahatma Gandhi said many times. So basically, we always try to change somebody else. So that's a very futile task. You always feel very frustrated by changing your husband, changing your wife, or changing your children. It really doesn't happen, because we are not the potter. The potter is the God. So we are just a change maker. Maybe we can suggest to people to do something. Maybe you can just give a guidance. But ultimate change will happen from within, right? So we always need some stretching, because our physical body needs stretching from the toes to the head to allow proper blood circulation every day. We call it a 15-minute or 10-minute of oil change service for this cosmic vehicle. Because if you buy a car, obviously within 5,000 miles or 10,000 miles, depending on what car you buy, you have to take it regularly for an oil change service. So similarly, if you look at your body is a cosmic vehicle which is made up of these 5 elements, and there are different joints, there are different fluids inside. You need to replace those. You need to change those. So every time you practice this joints opening exercise for 10-15 minutes, and after that the body is open, you do some breathing exercise for 10-15 minutes, and then after that do some flow routine like sun salutations, your body becomes more healthier. And then this is called the oil change service, because all the fluids become replaced with a new one. All the impure bloods from the different part of the body gets recirculated with the pure blood. Your prana gets rebalanced, your brain gets rebalanced, your mind gets rebalanced, your goal becomes refreshed, and you think about why you are here, what is the thing that you're doing, whether it's right or wrong. So those kind of things refreshes your mind. And total health these days, people are talking about not just physical health, mental health. You must be excited about life, because if you wake up in the morning and if you're not excited about your life, you have particularly a dead body, just dragging the dead body yourself. You have to have living spirit, right? So unless we have that excitement of life, in the olden time, I think in the Greece, it was there was a race. So what they used to do, that they used to have a fire lamp in their hand, and people used to run. So the person who will win has to have 2 things: who has to be first in the running, but also the mashal, or that flame has to be on, right? So that person will only be the winner. So right now, friends, I think we are all in the rat race. We are running, but without that flame in the hand.
Is the flame really on?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So if you don't have that flame on, yoga can rekindle it. We have got the pilot lamp, it is there, but before it's extinguished, I think you should definitely get back to this yoga practices, meditation practices, healing practices. Then only your flame will be rekindled, and then you will enjoy life more.
Absolutely. Manoj, before we go further, listeners, let me quickly remind you that if you'd like to get in touch with Manoj, if you want to have your flame relit, you can get in touch with him on 510-364-4162. That's 510-364-4162. The website is wellnessbyallmeans.com. That's wellnessbyallmeans.com. You can also send him an email on info@wellnessbyallmeans.com. Meanwhile, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask him right now, अभी कुछ बात करना चाहते हैं, तो हमारे पास 5 मिनट और हैं. आप फोन कर सकते हैं on 510-657-1170. जी मनोज जी.
You know, I was fortunate to actually visit Himalayas for 2 years in between, because I've been deeply interested about all these concepts since my childhood time. I've been re-initiated with many different spiritual systems, including Yogananda system, Pranahuti meditation, Devananda's system, Divine Life. So many, as we come from India is a land of spirituality and yoga.
True.
So obviously, like, if you have a little bit interest from your childhood time, you'll be exposed to many different teachers. I've been very inquisitive, very curious in my own self, like, how to realize God. Just like Vivekananda was asking, have you seen God? I think I have asked many people. And in the journey of Himalayas, like, I met a lot of monks, a lot of people. As part of the work that I was doing, I was very fortunate to work with a couple of people, like, who have really tremendously researched about different aspects of our life. For example, I was practicing something with for about 8 months with a Himalayan teacher, and he taught us 576 ways that you can breathe. It took me about 6 months' time to understand that concept. It is so mathematical, and then he said that he practices that it takes about 72 hours to complete one cycle of breath. And then he was quoting from Vedas, that he talks about, like, we have got the 5 different things, like Pancha Prana, we call it, right? Pancha Mahabhut, Panchendriya. So there are 5 of 5 things. So if you 5 to the power 5, mathematically, that comes to a number 3,125. He was quoting from the Atharva Ved that we need 3,125 calories of energy to survive 24 hours in a sedentary lifestyle. That means if you are not doing anything, you need to have that much of energy. And he was proving that with this 72 hours of breathing, or this cycle of breath, that you can generate the energy that is required without food or without water also. So it is so scientific,
wow.
Right? So having said that, like, even if you observe a little bit of that in that line, if you learn like 10 breathing techniques or 5 breathing techniques that you practice every day, you will definitely become more like a hybrid car, like more like a Tesla. Like, you just breathe 10 minutes and you work for 3 hours, again breathe for another 10 minutes, work for 3 hours without stress, very happy, excited about it, right? This is what pranayama talks about. I was doing research about Trikala Sandhya Vandana. So this is a very popular practice, right? So Trikala Sandhya Vandana means, and again this also came from the same teacher I was practicing. He says that during the transformation of the sun, like sunrise time or noon time or sunset time or even midnight time, so there are a lot of transformation happens in the environment. For example, scientifically speaking, like, during those time, even the new moon time or full moon time, the radiation of the sun becomes heavy. There are a lot of moments where the germs and viruses are increasingly high population. So there are a lot of susceptibility to fall sick during those time. So during those time, our ancestors, our yogis and our rishis, they found that if you practice certain things that could safeguard your health during those time, you will definitely not become a prey of those sickness and those diseases. I often give an example, like if you're running on a road and if there is a slippery surface, if there is an oil spill over there, obviously you'll go to fall down. But if somebody has kindly and gracefully put an orange cone there and written about the wet surface slippery, be careful about that, obviously you will not fall down. You'll take that caution, or you take out a different route, right? So similarly, during those times when there is more ultraviolet rays in the atmosphere, when there is more susceptibility of falling sick, if you practice those techniques of yoga, pranayama techniques, definitely you are safeguarding yourself and you are increasing the chance of your health and well-being. Those are the kind of things that is transferred to us as rituals. Like, for example, fasting is a very important aspect of our life. Unless you fast, your digestive system doesn't get proper health. That's why Ekadasi, Sankranti, Navaratri, and Janmashtami, and all Shivaratri, all those are rituals institutionalized in our society, in our community, so that people will be somehow inspired to practice those for their own health and benefit. I give another example of like in how we blend the ancient concept in the modern science. Like if you know, in most of the temples, say for example, there is a pradakshina. We always move around 3-4 times every time that you do a puja or arti. I was practicing with some Tibetan monks, and they have been teaching this kind of Tibetan rites for fountain of youth. So one of the technique is raising both the hands. Left hand should be down, talking about all the stress, worries, anxieties going down to the Mother Earth, and right palm should be up, feeling like all the grace, divine opportunities coming into your life, and you rotate from right to left to defy the aging process. So say like you look younger with that. So the science behind it is like, if you look at your human body is like a pillar of iron, because a lot of hemoglobin cells are there in our body, RBC, red blood cells. So if you think about a pillar of iron moving in the field of magnetism, like Earth is a huge magnet, right? So a pillar of iron, when it moves rotates in a field of environment, it creates electricity. That is the basic formula of dynamo, like how the hydroelectric power is generated. So likewise, every cell in your body gets rekindled, every cell in your body gets re-energized, every cell in your body becomes the photon cells and then gets the energy and then gets electrified, and you create more that rejuvenescence in your whole body. That's why you look younger. So this is such a scientific practice. So a lot of this concept that we practice as a ritual has got scientific background. Only when you have to really have that somebody teacher like who is doing the research, he can guide you, he can create that aha moment in you, he can sell you this idea that yoga is the best practice for you. That's why, friends, we are inspiring you here. Come over here for any class that you'll really enjoy.
Well, that is pretty mind-blowing, Manojji. I'm sure we should continue about this thing next week as well, listeners. Meanwhile, log on to wellnessbyallmeans.com or call Manojji on 510-364-4162. Manojji, thank you so much for being on air with us. Namaste. And thank you, listeners, for tuning in. In case I don't see you again, you have a beautiful Wednesday.